YouTube, greetings. It has not been that long since my last video. If you haven't seen it yet, it'll be out. It's the JoJo's trailer. I was gonna leave it off there, but that video was too short, and I've been slacking on the channel. So I'm gonna be doing another video. And this one was interesting. I had to get the light working for this one to broadcast my image for it. It's made by CJ the Champ. CJ the Champ, yeah. And if y'all don't know, CJ the Champ makes exquisite anime videos. He's responsible for the Black Air Force videos. He's responsible for a bunch of other funny stuff, implementing a lot of funny ghetto takes on anime. And I'm a huge anime fan, right? I've seen most, if not all, of the Black Air Force videos, but it's been a hot minute since I've seen a CJ video. This one got my attention. This one I absolutely needed to see. And this was Danzo, the Hidden Leaf's biggest fraud. And already this thing's got me drawn to it. This thing's got me drawn to it like Naruto drawn to Sasuke. Pause. Because if there's one guy I hate, excruciatingly so, who I share the most livid animosity toward in anime, it's this motherfucker Danzo. So without further ado, let's get on in and watch some Danzo slander. And I'm gonna be adding to it, because I despise you, Danzo. I despise you. CJ, talk yo shit.
And bro, he
I want to see the will of disrespect here.
Doing what's best to protect the leaf. Yeah, bro. Let's see them receipts again. Where was he at when the Nine-Tails attacked the village? Nowhere to be found. Where was he at when Pain turned the entire village into a crater? Nowhere to be found. Where was he at when a 15-year-old edgelord pulled up to a summit to run hands with him? Nowhere to be found.
And it's still, well, he died obviously getting into Boruto, but if he was in Boruto, best believe he wouldn't have done anything. Now to be fair, no one in Boruto does anything outside of a few characters, but
because he knew he was gonna get belt to ass by a 15-year-old emo kid.
Yeah, he dipped, and still got killed by that same emo kid afterwards. Zeke
Or something. Now, as y'all know,
let me see that again.
intense dislike or animosity towards someone or something.
Had to look at the definition for hate.
We've covered our fair share of haters on this channel. From a zesty vampire walking around in Louis Vuitton to a super ninja
Shredder
beefing with a rat and some turtles. And I mean, the list goes on. But today, we're flipping the script. Today, I didn't come to cover haters. Today, I came to hate. I came to spread negativity in this bitch.
As you should.
100 with y'all. These past months, I've been in hell. From this bogus-ass copyright strike to me damn near breaking my hand, then having to watch my football team be the worst team in the league.
Hey, I don't watch sports like that, but I know it'd be tough. I know it'd be tough.
Okay.
What's that picture? I need that picture.
Beautiful day. I'm deciding to put this anger to use. Well, I'm about to talk about an anime character that just quite honestly pisses me off. Now, originally, this video was going to have multiple characters, but I've decided to save them for another time. Because this one character specifically
I saw Griffith and I was like, oh.
my blood boil to a point that I just had to make an exposed video on this nigga. And that character is none other than the Fraudkage, Danzo. Danzo, look at you. Look at you, you potato sack chin. Look at that. Where'd you get that scar from, bro? I hate this guy. Look at him. Just look at him. There's only a few people that are more annoying than Danzo, and a few of them come from One Piece. You know, like the Celestial Dragons, like he showed, or that one emperor. What was it, Orochi from Wano? So today we're gonna be
best
going over
friends. He looked cool when he was young. Hold on a minute.
Kage, Danzo. So today we're gonna.
He looked pretty cool when he was young. Too bad he never was cool.
We'll be going over every single one of Danzo's actions and why I hate this nigga. And I got every single receipt I need. So
every
let's
scroll.
Get this fraud watch started.
Bring out the fraud scrolls.
Danzo,
bring him out.
The most hated man in the shinobi world. A man that is solely responsible for so much
Call of Duty
shit
Zombies
that has happened in the history of the Hidden Leaf.
Yes,
now, let me just go ahead and say this right now, because this needs to be said, because it's not an opinion, it is a fact. Danzo was a terrorist to Konoha, and not just Konoha,
Facts.
the entire shinobi world.
And get this, he always be saying, I'm doing what's best to protect the Leaf, as he proceeds to do the most inhumane, corrupt shit a character could ever do. Like, on the real, no funny shit. Everything that is wrong and corrupt about the Hidden Leaf is connected to this old raggedy ass
It ties
bitch.
to him,
and like I
yes.
said earlier, I got them receipts to prove it. So, receipt
The only thing that doesn't tie to him was
the
Black Zetsu
manipulation
with
of
the
Hanzo in the
Uchiha stone
Now that
tablet.
I'm thinking about it, this is actually perfect that I'm making this video right now, because the next roundtable trial is the pain trial.
Oh,
and
okay.
this motherfucker Danzo is one of the main reasons to why Nagato crashed out and became pain.
Absolutely.
So during the Third Shinobi World War, Danzo schemed up one of the most diabolical plans to take out the Akatsuki and also become Hokage all at once. Now, this was back when the Akatsuki were not bad guys. They were just some freedom fighters trying to achieve peace. But Danzo was not fucking with these niggas at all, because the word peace was not in this man's vocabulary at all. He thought that they would end up being a problem for the Hidden Leaf in the future, which that ended up becoming true. But this future problem could have been completely avoided if Danzo wasn't a scheming, conniving, dirty ass nigga. Now, this is what he did. He went to Hanzo of the Salamander and brought him a bunch of dead Ame Shinobi bodies and said the Akatsuki killed them. Then he went to the Akatsuki under a dumbass alias named Kanzo. Like, be for real, bro. You couldn't come up with a better name? Kanzo, you are the head of espionage in your village, and that's the best name you could have came up with as an alias? Oh my goodness, how did this guy get this job? So Danzo told them that Hanzo sent him and the Hidden Rain were ready to make peace negotiations. Now, here's the catch. The bodies that Danzo brought to Hanzo were not Ame Shinobi at all. They were dead root members that were disguised as hidden stone shinobi that Nagato killed. Oh, and do y'all want to know why these root members were disguised as stone shinobi? This motherfucker had these root members disguised as stone shinobi because he was trying to sabotage a peace treaty between the Leaf and the Stone.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Are you serious, my brother?
Like I said earlier, the word peace is not in this man's vocabulary. This nigga deadass said, for the future of the Hidden Leaf, peace must not exist with the Hidden Stone. So Danzo grabbed his own men's dead bodies, dressed them up in Ame armor, and said that the Akatsuki smoked yo niggas, and me and my bum-ass Ambu Root will help you spin back on these niggas if you help me become Hokage.
Lord have mercy.
So he basically slimed out the Akatsuki, which led to
Danzo is vile, bro.
Yahito booming himself, and Nagato crashing out, killing everyone except for Hanzo and Danzo.
This man was taking people's souls.
If Danzo never did this shit, then there's a good chance that the Leaf may have not been turned into a crater later on.
No, that's fine.
But guess what?
You wouldn't have had a reason to do that.
Wasn't the only character who ended up having a villain origin story because of Danzo's actions.
Who was the other one?
Because another person who ended up getting a villain origin story because of this man was Kabuto.
Oh,
and what
yeah,
happened to Kabuto
his mom.
was another tragedy. So how this happened? Danzo went to an orphanage.
This Poppy Playtime music.
This former Ambu agent turned nun, no, to go on a mission to the Hidden Stone and spy on them. And if she did it, he would stop sending money or any funding to the orphanage that she ran. And to make the matter even worse, Orochimaru's freaky ass is standing right behind him, and he tells her verbatim,
look at this man.
That your children don't get snatched either. Children with no past or no family are worth something.
Now that's some creepy stuff, bro.
Yep.
Like, Danzo, why you got this guy with you?
That Orochimaru should not be led 50 feet near a school. So this dude Danzo basically told her, bitch, get to work or I'm gonna make all these kids homeless and beg for spare change on the side of the road. And they better pray to God that Orochimaru doesn't find him before CPS does.
Wow.
Nigga,
What a
what the
threat.
fuck is this bullshit?
So she had no choice. She had to do it. Now, Kabuto was outside the whole time, and he was listening in on this.
Kabuto
but
underrated.
Danzo knew this, and he decided, you know what, little nigga? You're an orphan with no past, so I'ma put your ass to use. So he recruits him into the Foundation and sends him to multiple different villages to spy on them and commit espionage. Now, here's when tragedy strikes. About 5 years later, Kabuto got exposed when he was spying on the stone.
This was
so
tragic.
when they were tracking him, a shinobi tried to come down and kill him.
Who that look like?
Kabuto sliced him in the guts. But
Nah, that's
guess
nasty.
who was the shinobi he split down the middle? It was No.
Then his mama. Well, not his mom, but
She
his
was
adopter.
still
whatever.
on that long-ass mission Danzo sent her on 5 years ago. So when Kabuto went over to heal her and was panicking and telling her that he was sorry, she looked at him dead in the face and said,
Who are you?
Who are you?
I don't even know who you are.
And Kabuto was sick to his stomach. He didn't know what to think because his mother figure just tried to kill him and she didn't even recognize him. And the reason why she didn't recognize him was because Danzo brainwashed her. Later on, Orochimaru
Damn, I didn't even know
told this
about
man
that. I thought she didn't recognize him because, I don't know, I thought she was being mean or she forgot because that's how intense her mission was. But that makes sense because Danzo does manipulate everything, so memories included.
Kabuto.
That's
That
even
Danzo
more sick.
revealed to Nono that the reason why Kabuto left the orphanage was because he wanted to bring money in for the orphanage. However, Nono wanted to free Kabuto from the Foundation so he could have a regular normal life. So Danzo decided, you know what? Both of you niggas gotta go. So over the years, Danzo fed Nono false images of Kabuto growing up so that over time, she would not be able to recognize what he would actually look like. So when she was completely brainwashed and thought Kabuto was an entirely different person, he ordered her to assassinate the real Kabuto because Danzo told her that he was a double agent and he had to be eliminated. So Danzo essentially set both of them up to kill each other because they were loose ends that knew too much and he needed them out of
This is
here.
so intense, I need some
this
gum.
evil bastard basically made a son kill his mother, causing another character to get a villain origin story. Now let's
Kabuto.
continue going down this list of
He was a huge help to Orochimaru.
Receipt 3. He was working with this nigga
Yep.
Orochimaru.
Speaking of Orochimaru, speak of the snake.
Now, right off the bat, that should turn your head. 'Cause we all know how evil
Ew.
this freaky ass
That
snake
jutsu will
nigga
never not
is.
be gross.
So what was Danzo doing with him? Boy, let me tell you, they were kidnapping innocent people and injecting them with Hashirama cells. And when they realized that it wasn't working,
Damn.
they started to kidnap
Oh,
kids
Tenzo.
and put them
Yamato.
in test tubes. And remember, he said all this is for the protection of the leaf as he proceeds to have innocent civilians of the leaf captured, experimented on, and murdered. And we all know there was only one kid that survived this shit,
Tenzo.
and that was Yamato. He had to
I call
watch
him Tenzo because there's already
everybody
Yamato
else
One Piece.
die because
Oh, yeah.
Orochimaru and Danzo abandoned the project. So when Danzo came back and found him, he decided, you know what, little nigga? I'm about to make you my star Ambu pupil. So Danzo personally trained this man over the years and thought of him as his little successful lab rat. Now, moving on. Receipt 4, his beef with Hiruzen.
Oh
now,
my God,
I'm gonna have
Hiruzen.
to get this off my chest
Hiruzen,
before
you
we
suck.
go any
Is that what you're gonna
further.
say?
I do not with the third Hokage at
Nobody
all.
likes
this
him.
old nigga pissed me off on multiple occasions.
He's not a bad
you know
guy,
what?
but
Let me
he's
get the
incompetent.
main one out the way first. Minato and Kushina gave this nigga one job. One job! Please take care of the child. And this old nigga looked at her dead in the face and lied like a motherfucker. Of course, you don't need to worry. You old raggedy bitch.
Got him living.
No.
Got him
What kills
struggling like
me,
he's in our
he
world.
really said, I take full responsibility. Then proceeded to throw Naruto in a rundown, nasty-ass, dirty-ass shack of an
Look at
apartment.
that! Out here looking like, and apologies for this, out here looking like he's living in a New York City apartment. Struggling. Come on, Hiruzen. You're supposed to be Hokage. You're supposed to be Sarutobi clan. Will of Fire. This was Will of Lies. Will of Dogwater.
Nigga had the son of the 4th Hokage living in the fucking trenches, and the only thing that he could afford to eat was ramen and spoiled fucking milk.
To be fair, that
oh
ramen
my
good.
God, not gonna
The
lie, I
milk?
gotta stop
Not
myself
so
right
much.
now, because this video could easily turn into me hating on Hiruzen instead of Danzo. So let me get back on track. Now, Danzo, without a doubt, was the 3rd Hokage's biggest opposition, even though they used to be childhood friends and rivals. But everything changed the night when Tobirama named Hiruzen 3rd Hokage, because back in the first Shinobi World War, Danzo and Hiruzen were surrounded by a bunch of hidden cloud ninja, along with Tobirama, them 2 crusty-ass elders, who for some reason are still alive in Boruto.
Oh, yeah.
Why are they not dead?
That's
And
true.
then Shushu's
Are they alive in
granddad.
Boruto?
Ooh, if I was him, if I knew what this nigga was, they not dead. And then Shushu's granddad.
Oh,
Ooh, if I was him,
Shushu's granddad.
if I knew what this nigga was gonna do to my grandson in the future, I'll boom this nigga right now.
Stole his
But
eye.
anyways, they needed somebody to sacrifice themselves so they could all get away. So Hiruzen decided to step up and do it because Danzo was too pussy. And the whole time, Tobirama was actually testing them to see who he was gonna make 3rd Hokage. And since Hiruzen stepped up, he got named 3rd Hokage. And Danzo got pissed off, jealous, and grew a massive hate boner for the nigga. And he was always plotting in the shadows
Spiteful,
to somehow
conniving
usurp Hiruzen and become
bastardo.
Hokage. And man, Danzo tried. He really did try. I mean, we already talked about when he didn't want any type of peace with the hidden stone because Danzo was a fucking warmonger. Hiruzen wanted the war to be over. But Danzo was like, nah, that nigga. You know peace isn't in my vocabulary. And Danzo pressed him so much, Hiruzen decided, you know what? Fine, nigga. I take full responsibility for this war, so I'ma step down as Hokage. Now, when they were having the meeting to pick who the 4th Hokage was gonna be, Danzo threw out one of the craziest names possible.
Orochimaru, right?
This nigga said, I recommend
Yep.
Orochimaru.
Fam.
This nigga tried to have Orochimaru as Hokage. Oh, nah, son. Now, the reason why he wanted Orochimaru as Hokage was because these boys were obviously working together. So
Yeah.
if Orochimaru was Hokage, Danzo was also Hokage. But thank God that Hiruzen actually had a brain. Because he
once.
was like, oh, hell no, there's something wrong with that nigga. Nigga, the fuck you mean by that? I can't put my tongue on it yet, but I'm telling you right now, something is wrong with that freaky ass nigga.
That was your student. You should know what's wrong with it.
Nigga, who? Oh, don't act like you didn't hear me, nigga. Oh, hell no, I object. So the whole room decided, yeah, you know what? This nigga Danzo's tweaking. So Minato got named Hokage, and literally like a year later, Orochimaru got exposed for doing all that crazy shit. And the only reason Danzo didn't go down with him was because he wiped his hands clean and cut ties with him right before he got exposed. But
Of course.
Danzo was not done trying to one-up Hiruzen. Because one day he decided, why don't I just try to assassinate this nigga? So that's what he did. He tried to assassinate Hiruzen.
Damn.
They sent out an entire squad of root members to assassinate the Hokage. Nigga, that is treason.
It is.
Now they failed because Hiruzen knew Danzo
Yeah, what
was gonna try
style?
this eventually because Kakashi
Or was that
leaked
Tenzo?
everything to him. So he sent Kakashi as a decoy, and Danzo, thinking that they just got the job done, was sitting back in the Hokage's chair chilling until he heard, huh? Nigga, if you don't get your raggedy ass out my chair. And look at this man's face, bro. This motherfucker then got caught red-handed.
Bro, like, we know he's a vile guy, but dude, that's your friend. You're trying to assassinate him out of spiteful envy? Everything for this guy was for the sake of the leaf. My guy, it's not even a leaf at that point. It's more like a withered, ugly mushroom.
In
The way you're trying to turn it
4K,
into.
Ultra HD, and he should be getting 50 to life.
He should.
with
I don't know how he
parole.
kept getting
But
excused of his
this
crime.
Soft-ass nigga
Because of
Hiruzen
Hiruzen.
decided to let him walk. Like, excuse me, nigga? He just tried to assassinate you, and you're not just any regular person. You're the Hokage! You can't let bullshit like that slide.
Delivery man was on
Even
point.
Danzo was shook. He knows he should be getting locked up. Hell, fuck stuck getting locked up.
Execute.
They should be executed.
Execute.
And then Hiruzen had the nerve
Don't
to
even
say,
banish
"But
him,
in
execute him."
exchange, he must do all that's in his power for the sake of the Hidden Leaf Village."
That's what he's been trying to do.
Great job, Hiruzen.
And look where it was
you
turning
really
out.
let this grimy ass nigga walk, knowing that he's gonna do some more bullshit in the future. Talking about protect the leaf. Protect the leaf, my ass, nigga. See, me personally, if I was Hokage in this situation,
Execution.
I'm doing Danzo just like they did Shorty and Akame got killed. Head on a pike for display. Oh my goodness. Moving on, man.
An anime I need to watch.
The mistreatment of the
Before I can
Uchihas.
agree.
Now this man Danzo was just like Tobirama. He didn't like them damn Uchihas, not one bit. A good Uchiha is a dead Uchiha to these boys. No, but on the real though, Danzo treated the Uchihas like straight garbage. He did not trust them one bit. And the perfect example for this is when the Nine-Tails attacked the village. Now the Uchihas could have dealt with this situation because their Sharingans could have stopped the Nine-Tails. But this raggedy bastard Danzo went to Hiruzen and said, "Now Hiruzen, you best make sure them red-eyed, dirty-ass Uchiha some bitches ain't out there." Nigga, what you mean? They could tame the Nine-Tails. Oh, please. Do you really trust a Genjutsu wielding Uchiha some bitch? I mean, you
He got
remember
the
that
southern
heathen
accent and
Madara?
everything.
That damn red-eyed thug. He controlled that big furry some bitch and tried to destroy the whole village. You can never trust the Uchiha. So Hiruzen decided to listen to this, and they ended up making them guard the civilians when they should have been on the front lines. And if the Uchiha were actually able to help, there is a high, and I mean high probability of Naruto not becoming an orphan and living a life with his parents.
That's facts.
So you
Sasuke's
can
dad,
technically say
Fujaku was
that
his
the
name,
reason why
coulda
Naruto
helped.
was an orphan was because of Danzo. But this was just a beginning of Danzo mistreating the Uchihas. Because after the Nine-Tails attacked the village, the elders got suspicious of the Uchihas. So Danzo and the elders decided to move the Uchihas all the way out to the edge of the village
Segregate
and
them.
have them surveyed 24/7 to make sure
Wait,
they
they
weren't
had
doing
cameras?
anything fishy. But all this ended up doing
5 nights
was
at
just
Uchihas?
pissing the Uchihas off even more. And when tensions kept on rising, the Uchihas just ended up deciding to stage a coup because they were tired of getting mistreated. So to
Make
try to
Konoha
stop
great again.
this coup, Chisui was going to use his Kodobu Masukami on Fugaku so he could stop the coup d'etat plans from happening. Hiruzen himself signed off on this plan because this would involve no bloodshed. But this bastard Danzo had other plans in mind. Danzo didn't think this would work at all. So
Why?
he decided to call Shisui for a one-on-one meeting. So when Shisui
So he can take
pulled
the
up
ice
on
himself?
Danzo looked at bro and started talking to him like, "You know, Shisui, I really thought you was one of them good ones. But then I remembered what Tobirama told me a long time ago. And that was to never, ever trust a dirty, red-eyed, genjutsu wielding Uchiha some bitch. Give me your eyes, nigga. So Danzo
Damn.
beat the brakes off of Shisui, Michael Jordan his head, then ripped his Sharingan right out of it.
Hold on, why did this even happen? Oh man, this is Shisui, the guy who was at one point Itachi's teacher. I don't care how young he is, he's still a top Uchiha. You know, the same Uchiha who can like perceive light speed with their Sharingan. How you getting dropped like this? Maybe he allowed it because that was his superior, but bro, I don't care. A few punches fine. Ripping out my eyeball?
Socket. And Danzo's greedy ass wasn't even done yet,
Ew.
because he wanted the other one too. But Shisui ended up escaping, but Danzo ended up putting a 5-star water level on bro's head. So after Danzo jacked bro's eyeball, Shisui went to Itachi.
He goes to Itachi,
and he
gives him
was
the
like,
other one, and then
"Itachi,
I don't know why he killed himself.
do
But
this shit no more, twin. This motherfucking Danzo took my manhood, my Sharingan. I'd rather the nigga take my balls of my Sharingan, nigga. I can't do this no more, twin. Wait, bro, what are you doing? Don't stop me, nigga. Just let me fall." So Shisui ended up booming himself because of Danzo. Now we move in to receipt 6, which is without a doubt the worst thing that Danzo ever did, making Itachi boom his whole clan. See, after he ripped Shusui's Sharingan out of his eye socket so he couldn't use Kodo Masukami on the Uchihas, he decided to fulfill him and Tobirama's dream, the Zero Uchihas plan. Shouts out Zamasu for that dumbass name I just came up with. So he called
The zero Uchihas plan, bro. Nah, the Zamasu reference was perfect.
I mean, on the Uchihas,
Divine,
he
even.
decided to fulfill him and Tobirama's dream, the Zero Uchihas plan. Shouts out Zamasu for that dumbass name I just came up with. So he called
Zamasu
Itachi
reference.
and gave him two options: align with the Uchiha and launch the coup d'etat and be slaughtered along with your family, or side with the Leaf and before they attempt a coup d'etat, eliminate every Uchiha except your younger brother. What was he supposed to do here? He had this nigga Itachi
Wait.
eliminate every Uchiha.
Well, no. Danzo said eliminate every Uchiha. Itachi spared Sasuke of his own fruition. That was just something he couldn't bear. Danzo didn't care. That's why
Except
Itachi
your
had to
younger
threaten
brother.
Danzo after. Like, yo, you do anything to my brother while I'm
What
gone?
was he supposed to do here? He had this nigga Itachi playing a whole choice-based
Oh, yeah.
game, and whatever option he chose right here was gonna determine the ending of the entire game. So Itachi ended up going.
You know, it'd be cool. Imagine if one symbol was the Sharingan and the other was the leaf, which is probably what the square and the green is supposed to be here with the coloring. That'd be cool.
with booming his whole clan and saving his brother. So Itachi,
one of the greatest things
along
ever in
with
anime.
Obito, still kind of crazy that Obito helped the nigga do it, but these two
I don't receive
with
that.
Obito,
That was scary.
still kind of crazy that Obito helped the nigga do it, but these
And that was scary. You know, Obito does have some slasher vibes. I'm surprised he went through with this. I know he was a broken, angry guy, but your own clan?
two boomed all of the Uchihas in a night. Every last one of them except for Sasuke. Parents boomed him out of there. His shorty boomed her out of there. So after Itachi dropped everybody off, Danzo did the most infuriating shit. After the massacre was over and everybody was wondering who did this, Danzo came out and said it was Itachi. Itachi Uchiha despised his clan. That is
Setting
why
him
he
up.
killed Shisui and took his eyes and caused infighting among his brethren. And then finally, he caused this atrocity.
This man, Danzo, how do you sleep at night? Like,
Nigga,
come on.
This is the most infuriating son of a bitch.
That's a perfect edit. That
in
is a
this-
perfect edit.
This is the most infuriating son of a bitch in this entire fucking show. This
Ashton
rat
Hall.
decided to frame a 14-year-old of him booming his entire
14
plan,
at
which
that.
he orchestrated, then said that he was the one who took Shisui's eyes. Like, you old raggedy
Yeah, you didn't have to do all that.
Bro is lying on a 14-year-old's name.
Wow.
When all you gotta
I know
do
you're trying to-
is take off that nasty-ass, musty-ass, stank-ass patch on your fucking face. Talking about he stole his eyes. Bitch, you got it in your socket.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we ain't even done yet. Then this motherfucker walks up to Hiruzen's old ass, talking about this settles everything. Like there wasn't a plan earlier. that
Also,
would've-
time out. What was the age difference between Hiruzen and Danzo? Because they look like they weren't too far apart in the Tobirama flashback. But here,
settled everything with no bloodshed. Old ass dumb fuck. And then what he says right here is just absolutely mind-boggling. Hiruzen said, what does this settle? Don't you see the huge problem that we're left with?
No
And
Uchiha.
Danzo told this man straight to his face.
What
I
problem?
consider it very minor.
he considers it a blessing. Those filthy
Entire
Uchiha
clan
are
just
gone.
got wiped out, and bro's talking like, oh, this is just a minor problem. Like, bro, what? So Hiruzen finally had the balls to say, Danzo, I cannot allow you to act on your authority any longer. You're relieved of your duties. Get your bitch ass out my sight. Happy unemployment, fuck nigga. This should have been done.
Yeah, this should have been done way
All the
sooner.
way back when he first tried to assassinate Hiruzen. Like, it took the level of seeing something like this for his old ass to finally fire him. Like, come on, bro. We should have done this a long time ago.
I don't think Tobirama would have let him get away with
The
this.
icing on the cake to celebrate Danzo's unemployment, Itachi pulled back up on bro and told him to his face, just so you know, I heard all that bullshit that just came out of your mouth. But let me tell you this, if you ever lay a hand
Got the
on my
Mangekyo
little
out.
brother, I will gut you and expose your fraudulent ass for the entire world to see. Keep your head on a swivel.
That was all Tsukuyomi.
So at the end of the day, you can technically say that both Naruto and Sasuke lost their parents because of Danzo. Man, this guy loves ruining childhoods. Speaking about that, receipt 7. This old nigga is the person that leaked to the entire village that Naruto was the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki.
You what?
Yeah.
What?
If
It
you
just
didn't
keeps
think
getting-
this old bastard couldn't be any more of an asshole, then
Yeah, it's
man,
getting worse.
let me tell you. Now, I'm pretty sure the anime doesn't even touch on this.
Yeah,
but if you go
that's why I probably didn't know. I don't remember hearing that in the anime.
and read those Itachi light novels, it basically kind of alludes and tells you that this nigga did it. Now, you see, Naruto wasn't always hated as a child, and it could have stayed that way. But Danzo decided to leak to the public that Naruto was a Nine-Tails Jinchuriki and basically use him as a scapegoat. So everybody in the village could focus their hatred on him, a literal toddler. So
Not
this
the
ended up
swing.
making all the villagers
So Danzo's
paranoid and
responsible for
scared
the
of
swing?
Naruto, leading to him being treated like shit and isolated as
Neglect.
a child. So yeah, not only are his parents dead because of Danzo, but also everybody in the village hated the nigga
Damn.
because of Danzo.
You ain't gotta
as
push
I'm
him.
starting to think about it, 90% of the problems in Naruto always lead back to Danzo.
Yeah, Black Zetsu is the other
Trying
10%.
to usurp Tsunade. Now, during the pain assault, Danzo decided to commit his favorite crime, treason. You see, he saw Pain's attack on the leaf as an opportunity to
Of
make
course.
Tsunade look bad and somehow become Hokage while doing it.
And it
So,
worked.
This is what he did. First, after
Bullets rattling
Tsunade was
foot,
done
bitch.
cooking these old dumbass geezers because they didn't believe in Naruto at all, after they all left the room, old frog nigga was about to
Oh,
go warn
Danzo
Naruto
killed
to come
him.
back to the village because Naruto was Konoha's #1 option. He was the best player on the team, but Danzo frog nigga.
Oh, bro. Why? The frog was so cool too. Look at his design.
He was the best player on the team, but Danzo.
Look at his design. He pulled up like, here we go. And then Danzo, bro, that one, this Danzo just makes me mad. I'm surprised he wasn't responsible for Obito's thing.
This man was
With
actively
Reem.
trying to throw the game for his own team. Deadass, if you want a real life comparison to this is like having 2017, 2018 LeBron and refusing to play the nigga. Danzo wanted Naruto to ride the bitch while the whole team was getting dog walks by Pain. Then after he killed Frog nigga, him and his goons decided to hide underground like some rats while Pain proceeded to turn the village into a fishbowl and ends up killing God knows how many people.
This man
You know what's
napped the
crazy?
city.
Even some of the root members were like, yo, shouldn't we be helping up topside right now? And this nigga was like, hell no, we ain't doing shit. This spells the end of that old slug summoning. I wanna look 25 forever. Old ass bitch, Tsunade. But sir, what about the innocent civilians dying right now? Out of hell with them. They were a necessary sacrifice in order for me to become Hokage.
How are you supposed to be Hokage to a village that doesn't exist? Pain destroyed everything. And if not for Naruto, there would have been no rebuilding. Because literally, everyone that died in that nuke basically was brought back thanks to Naruto's conversation with Nagato, changing his heart, using the not reanimation, the Rene rebirth or whatever, to bring them back. And then they can rebuild the leaf after into what we know today. So what are you doing to contribute to Hokage?
And guys, remember, everything that this man does is supposed to be for the sake of the hidden leaf. So after the assault was over and the entire village was left in ruins, Tsunade was in a coma because she was putting in work trying to protect the village like a true Hokage should. But since she was in a coma, the leaf needed a new active Hokage. And this is when this old ass rat finally
He
got
used
what he wanted.
Konomatsu Kami, right?
Danzo
Or did he
ended
do it
up
with the
being
samurai?
appointed the 6th Fraudkage.
Fraudkage
And yes,
is
I'm going to
accurate.
continue to call him the Fraudkage because I refuse to acknowledge this nigga as a Hokage.
Fair.
And now, ladies and
I'ma
gentlemen,
go with that
we
too.
have reached my final
Actually, no. He's a true, he's a true Hokage. Just put an E in the Ho. That is what he is. He's a Hokage.
receipt of why I hate this nigga and why this man is the biggest fraud in the history of the Hidden Leaf. Receipt number 9, the Izanagi Merchant.
Oh, yeah, he was
this
spamming
nigga
that.
can't fight for shit without spamming Izanagi.
He had no
I swear to you,
unique
this
ninjutsu.
motherfucker died 11 times fighting Sasuke. 11 times, my nigga! Now, how we even got here was just ridiculous. Because before this, Danzo's fraud ass was about to be exposed for trying to use Konomatsu Kami at the 5 Kage Summit because he was trying to become the leader of the allied shinobi forces. But when Sasuke pulled up, this old, scary ass bitch. Ducked the smoke immediately and ran off because he knew he was gonna get belt to ass by Sasuke. So when Sasuke was finally able to confront him and Danzo had nowhere else to run, it was finally time for this fraud to be exposed. So he pulls out that nasty ass, grotesque Sharingan loaded arm.
Disgusting. Look at that.
Hashirama cells and tells Sasuke.
Hold on, what did I say?
Sharingan loaded arm with Hashirama.
The origin of Hashirama cells, the literal god of Shinobi, the first Kage ever. He usually has chakra reserves, died of a no natural cause, or most likely got bored regenerating. Can seal and control all the tailed beasts. Can fill any plot hole inconvenience with Hashirama cells. Gorgeous wife is homies with Buddha. Is that how you spell homies? The biggest wood in the Naruto world. Who? The chat Hashirama. Who made this? I need this.
Sharingan cells and tell Sasuke, I will be adding your Sharingan to my collection next. You dirty Uchiha son bitch. So Danzo runs up to Sasuke and swings at him with no hesitation. But Sasuke blocks his attack with his Susanoo and just stares into this old man's soul.
Fitting music.
Look at his face, bro. He knows he done up. He knows his old wrinkly ass is about to get cooked by a 15-year-old. So Sasuke snatches this old nigga and just starts squeezing the last bit of life he got left in him. And he straight up asks Danzo, why did you do it? Why did you make my brother kill my entire clan and ruin my whole fucking life? And Danzo doesn't even want to answer the question.
He's just gonna say
starts
for the
telling
leaf.
Sasuke that damn red-eyed thug was a rat. Spilling the damn leaf secrets. That's why you can never trust the dirty Uchiha. You're Satan spawn, you hear me? So Sasuke had enough of Danzo's bullshit.
You're making
and
him
just
sound
decided
funny.
to crush him,
Damn,
leading to his first
yeah,
death.
he's a
Danzo
Nagi.
basically has 10 lives because he got 10 Sharingans in that nasty ass arm, and they all got Izanagi. So basically, the nigga can respawn 10 times. So Danzo decides to respawn right behind Sasuke.
He tried the
and
kunai.
he ends up doing one of the
He tried
dumbest
the kunai
moves
to
in the
Susanoo.
entire series. He tried to stab a Susanoo with a kunai. Moves in the entire series. He tried to stab a Susanoo
The
with
way
a
he said it. The guy wants to be Hokage, right?
You serious?
Nigga, what made you think that was gonna work? And then he really talking like he analytical, like, as expected. Susanoo, just the thing to protect yourself. So Sasuke squashes Danzo again, and that is another death. This nigga has been one-shotted twice.
Dog couldn't
He
even move.
sucks. Nigga has 10 Sharingans and Hashirama cells in his ass.
For real.
You can't get
How
any
are you
more
even
carry than
Tobirama's
this.
student?
How the f are you losing? Nigga,
Bro, how is he Tobirama's student? He has no personal ninjutsu or qualities whatsoever as a ninja. Rock Lee and Mike Guy got more substance than this guy. And they're just taijutsu. How are you supposed to be recommended for Hokage? Because of your brilliance?
got level
Brilliance?
99 stats in his ass. So Danzo responds again, just for Sasuke to casually fly up and use Amaterasu, incinerating this old bastard to death and killing this bum-ass nigga a third time. So Danzo responds again and starts blowing his nasty ass halitosis breath all over the place,
Halitosis.
just spreading his nasty ass breath across the battlefield. So Sasuke ends up getting in close, but Danzo ends up choking him. But Sasuke sends a shuriken at his arm and splits Danzo right down the middle, cutting off his arm and killing him for a fourth time. So Danzo ends up respawning again. And look at him trying to look all cool and shit.
Yeah,
Nigga
like,
think
dog,
he ore farming.
you're
When
not
in
ore
reality,
farming.
his sorry ass is gaining negative ore every time he's dying. So
Exactly.
while Danzo was just standing up there looking like a doofus, Sasuke decided to show him what an actual ore farmer looks like. So he uses a genjutsu. And when Danzo turns around, he sees Itachi just staring in his soul. And his old ass looking like, no, this can't be. You dirty Uchiha. You're supposed to be dead. So Itachi ends up using the Amaterasu on Danzo. But Danzo, actually being smart for once, figured out that this was a genjutsu. So when Sasuke came up behind him to try to stab him, he ended up stopping because Danzo put a curse mark on him all the way back when he was choking him. So Sasuke was paralyzed. He couldn't move.
Oh, okay.
So
That's like
Kari
his
tried
only
to come up.
jutsu is like these marks he puts on people.
and save him. I don't even know why she tried, but Danzo just kicked her sorry ass to the side. So Danzo actually could have ended this fight right here, but he decided to be a dumbass and start gloating and start saying how trash the Uchiha clan was and how saving Sasuke was Itachi's biggest mistake. So this ended up pissing Sasuke off. So he ends up breaking out of the jutsu and blasting Danzo off of him. And Danzo ended up blowing his best chance at winning this fight, because from here on out, it was a belt to ass. Sasuke ends up sniping Danzo with a Susanoo arrow and booms him for a 5th time. So he respawns again, and he just decides to rush him head on just to get smoked again. This nigga is trash. His KD ratio is in the dirt.
Would not want this guy on my team.
Over 6. So then Danzo decides to use a summoning jutsu. So he brings out this big ass elephant tiger hybrid.
Yeah, what
and it
is
just
that?
basically turns into a vacuum. So while this was distracting Sasuke, Danzo came behind him and tried to sneak him. But Sasuke uses a fireball jutsu at the Baku. Then he turns around and just rocks Danzo, sending him flying and booming him
And Obito was watching
so
this whole time.
Danzo respawns again, just for Sasuke to come down and flatten him into
Like a
the
pancake.
ground, booming him.
This dude killed him with Susanoo the most time.
Nigga is so trash, he's getting spawn camped at this point. Look, he respawns again, just to take 3 shuriken to the
And
chest
he tried the kunai
and
thing.
respawn again. So Danzo had 1 Sharingan left. So he decided to put all of his remaining power into this chakra blade. So Danzo runs
That's
up
the
to
only thing I've
Sasuke
seen him do that's
just
unique.
to get stabbed again. And just like that, Danzo just wasted all of his Sharingan. This fraud
9 lives wasn't enough because he was worse than a pussy.
couldn't get the job done with 10 Sharingans, wood style, in Hashirama
So he needed
cells.
10 lives.
This nigga is trash. So Danzo ends up falling to his knees, and this nigga knows it's over. This pathetic ass tried to get up just to fall down face first. He was done. Cooked. So Danzo, being desperate, decided to use one last trick up his sleeve. He ends up grabbing Karin and using her as a hostage.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
So Danzo had to be thinking, since I got his girl, I should be able to negotiate and get out of here. Cause ain't no way in hell he gonna hurt her, right? Right?
Psych.
Sasuke booms both of them through the chest.
Chidori streamed him.
This nigga didn't give a fuck, bro. Look at his face.
Yeah,
This man
iconic
was
shot.
deranged. He was out for blood. He didn't give a fuck. He straight up told Shorty, since you managed to get taken hostage, you're nothing but a burden to me. So when
Damn.
Shorty fell over, Danzo knew it was over. We end up getting one of the most satisfying scenes in the entire series, as we get to watch
Entire
this
anime.
loser, this fraud,
Well, that
this
scene is so
war
funny to me.
criminal run away like a bitch, cause he knows it's over.
Look
So
at
then
Sasuke.
Obito came down, and Danzo was surrounded by the final 2 members of the clan that he destroyed. This was all of Danzo's sins coming back to bite him in the ass. Poetic justice. So Danzo, in his final moments, decided, if I'm going out, I'm taking you damn Uchiha
Tried
with
to
me.
kamikaze,
he
but you ain't
uses a
Deidara.
reverse tetragram ceiling jutsu and ends up blowing himself sky high.
Oh, that was 11.
Even after using that jutsu, Danzo bricked, and he failed at taking them out with him. And Danzo, the evilest nigga in Naruto, the most pathetic old piece of shit, died a fucking failure and will be remembered as Konoha's biggest fraud.
That is facts. And they tried to make that scene touching, which I guess, you know, at the end of the day, he was trying to do things his way. But his way sucks. Danzo, you suck. Shout out for the touching attempt of your end, but it was more of a celebration than anything. Because this guy is generally one of the worst characters in anime, period. Period. Let me go ahead and like that. Y'all do the same thing. Like, subscribe. I'm already subscribed. Do the same with my video. Because, you know, I hate Danzo. You hate Danzo? Subscribe. Why not? We all hate Danzo. He's the Hokage. H-O-E Kage, right? So, there's that. Everything he said in that video, facts. I've hated Danzo for a tremendously long time. He is truly one of the worst characters in anime. So that was a blessing to see, because Danzo is responsible for so much crap. And again, he's just such a terrible guy.
I don't know what he was trying to accomplish. To be Hokage, and then what? You had no remorse, empathy, or anything for anyone in the village. Even your own members, even your friend. Like, you were just a cold, ruthless scum, a demon who needed to die and go to hell. That's all there is to it. But yeah, I hope you liked. And if you did, like, subscribe, and hopefully there'll be more videos. Like I said, I'm gonna try to rack up the channel. But that being said, stay good, stay proud, because there are a lot of people as bad as Danzo, if not worse, in this world, as you may know. So, be the opposite of them. Be the light that shines against the darkness. I don't know what I don't know. I'm not Naruto. You get the idea. I can't talk no jutsu, you guys. But anyways, peace out.